It always seems to happen at the worst possible moment. The room is quiet, everyone is focused, and then suddenly your stomach makes a loud rumbling sound that seems impossible to ignore. It can sound like a growl, a gurgle, or even a low rolling thunder coming from somewhere deep inside your body. Moments like that make it feel as if your stomach is loudly announcing its presence to everyone nearby. But what's actually happening inside your body when that noise appears out of nowhere? Why does it seem to happen most often when you're hungry? Today, we're exploring the science behind a sound almost everyone has experienced at some point. Stay tuned as we break down what's really going on inside your digestive system, right here on History of Simple Things. Even when you're not eating, your digestive system doesn't completely shut down. The organs involved in digestion, especially the stomach and intestines, continue to contract and move throughout the day. These muscular movements help push food through the digestive tract when you've eaten, but they also continue when the stomach is empty. Without food inside to soften or absorb the motion, these contractions become more noticeable. Inside the digestive tract, there are always small amounts of air and digestive fluids present. As the muscles squeeze and relax, these substances shift around within the stomach and intestines. That movement produces vibrations that travel through the tissues of the abdomen, creating the rumbling sounds people often hear when they haven't eaten in a while. A major reason stomach growling happens when you're hungry is a process known as the migrating motor complex. This is a repeating pattern of strong muscular contractions that moves through the stomach and small intestine when they are empty. Scientists often describe it as the digestive system's internal cleaning cycle. After food is mostly passed through the stomach, the migrating motor complex begins sweeping through the digestive tract. Its job is to push out leftover food particles, bacteria, and digestive debris that may remain. These waves usually start about 2 to 3 hours after a meal and repeat every 90 minutes or so until you eat again. As the muscles contract and relax, they move gas and liquid through the digestive tract, and that shifting motion creates the rumbling noises people associate with hunger. The stomach itself isn't producing a growling noise like an animal. The sound actually comes from the movement of gas and liquid inside the digestive tract. Your stomach and intestines always contain some air, which enters when you swallow or forms during digestion. At the same time, digestive juices remain present even when there's no food in the stomach. When the muscles of the digestive system contract, they push these gases and liquids around. As they move through the hollow organs of the stomach and intestines, they create vibrations that can travel through the abdominal area. When the stomach is empty, the space inside allows those vibrations to echo more easily, which is why the sounds often seem louder when you haven't eaten for several hours. Hunger is partly controlled by hormones that signal when your body needs energy. One of the most important of these hormones is ghrelin. This hormone is mainly released by the stomach and communicates with the brain to trigger the feeling of hunger. Ghrelin levels tend to rise before meals and drop after eating. But ghrelin doesn't just influence appetite. It can also stimulate activity in the digestive tract, encouraging the muscular contractions that move through the stomach and intestines when they're empty. Because of this, the same signals that make you feel hungry may also help trigger the rumbling sounds you hear. The sensation of hunger and the sounds coming from your stomach are often two parts of the same biological process working together. Many people are surprised by how loud stomach growling can be, especially in quiet places like classrooms or meetings. The reason comes down to the structure of the digestive system. The stomach and intestines are hollow organs, which means sound vibrations can travel through them more easily than through solid tissues. When gas and liquid move during digestive contractions, they create small vibrations that pass through the surrounding tissues of the abdomen. Because the abdominal cavity contains several fluid-filled organs and soft tissues, these vibrations can carry outward and become audible. In noisy environments, the sound often goes unnoticed, but in silent spaces, even a small internal rumble can seem much louder than it actually is. Although stomach growling commonly happens when you're hungry, it doesn't always mean your body urgently needs food. The digestive system follows regular cycles, and the migrating motor complex occurs whether or not you feel strong hunger. Sometimes the rumbling simply means your stomach is empty, and the digestive tract is going through its cleaning phase. Other factors can also affect how often these sounds occur. Drinking liquids, swallowing air, or experiencing stress can increase movement within the digestive tract. Some people naturally have louder digestive sounds than others. In most cases, stomach growling is completely normal and simply reflects the everyday activity of the digestive system. A stomach growl might feel like an inconvenient interruption, especially in a quiet room, but it's really just a reminder of how active the human body is behind the scenes. Most of the time, we don't think about the systems quietly keeping us alive, adjusting to our routines and responding to something as simple as eating or waiting for the next meal. That sudden rumble is one of the rare moments when those hidden processes briefly make themselves known. Even when we're sitting still, countless biological systems are constantly working to maintain balance. What sounds like an awkward noise is really just a small sign that the body is quietly doing what it has always done, keeping everything running smoothly long before we even think about our next bite of food. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.